unofficial sponsor. Yeah, we're live now. So.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. Daryl, how's it going?
It's going fantastic,
Dude,
Chris.
cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us. Nice to meet
Tristan,
you.
There
for
we
the
go.
first time.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Oh.
And I just finished my Not Truly.
Damn! You already drank that? Whoa!
I was mighty parched.
Jeez. What's okay, that's the same. It's 5%.
Let's see, is it?
Yeah, I think so. The Trulies are 5% as well. And
5%.
I don't know. I'm liking the Truly today. I'm liking the Truly.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep up on this Not Truly beer. There we go. That sounds
Hey,
good.
there you go.
Dude, that sounds good. We gotta sample
Little
some of this
ASMR.
stuff. We need to make a beat off of that.
When we're talking about the frat ASMR, we are just
yeah.
gonna release a bunch of frat sound effects.
We're gonna do a frat dude ASMR.
That's awesome.
Just
What would that entail?
just
Partying?
noises
Yeah.
like that. Man noises, farts, burps.
Purely because
this
nobody's
gym
done
bag.
it.
This sound. That one's the one that
To
we're gonna-
come up,
Yeah.
kind of came up a little bit.
But they fought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Purely because nobody's done it yet.
Right.
I think so.
That's the only real reason.
Listen, I'm just trying to get rich right now. Okay.
Trying to figure out what nobody's done yet.
In this crisis, I'm just going for the quickest possibility, and I think
The shortest road.
I think you got it. You got it.
That's it right there.
You got the format, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll find out soon enough, I guess.
Yeah. But how have you been during all of this? You said you played a couple of shows and stuff. And
I've been very busy.
Okay.
Actually.
How is that?
Well, when everything shut down, lost all the gigs like everybody.
True.
I started doing live shows on Facebook and Instagram, and I would do upwards of somewhere from 2 to 7 a day.
Yeah.
And I would spend 2 to 3 hours playing music every day.
Wow.
That was fun.
That is so much.
But yeah, it was too much.
Dude, I can't do that.
But I knew I was only going to do it temporary for a little while. I just wanted to do it to keep the presence out there, to have an opportunity for content and everything else. And then once I came back from a trip to Montana, I started a whole different approach in the way I was getting gigs, and all of a sudden I've been busy. Last 2 months I've had somewhere between 2 and upwards of 5 gigs a week for the last 2 months.
Fuck!
So I've
That's
been
crazy.
busier than shit.
Yeah.
And
Damn!
I'm telling people that I'll do a free show for you guys, and they end up giving me cash at the end of the night because I'm only there. I'm on the side of the street. There's times I was in the back of my pickup truck, and I would be hollering at cars coming by and people riding their bikes, and people would just they'd hear my voice and come over to the thing. And I had lots of different people, like their places were pretty busy just because everybody was hungry for live music. And I was offering to do it for free on the sidewalk right next to all these different people doing their things. Yeah. And just trying to do it in a socially aware way. So,
of course.
And I had my band come with me pretty often, or just my bass player, or just my drummer, or whatever. And so we've been pretty busy. There's been a couple weekends though that I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to have today off.
That's still awesome that you're able to keep it up during all this.
I even had 2 shows on Saturday.
What? I think it's safe to say, damn, you've had way too much claw. I think it's safe to say you are the busiest musician in Sacramento during the pandemic.
I would love to think that. I doubt it, but I know I've been busy. And I've talked to a lot of my friends
from what I've seen,
that used to be busy. They're all like blown away with what I've been doing. I'm like, okay, cool.
Hold on, because I've seen some videos. What is your car setup? Because I saw you play in the back of your car. Are you running any electricity out of it? So
I'd like to pick up a generator to do that and to have a show driving down the street, even with a trailer and stuff. But no, I was going to the place, I'd talk to them, get it all prearranged, and if I had parking right in front of the venue, then I would just be in the back of my truck and I'd have my mixing board in there and stuff. I just have the speakers on the ground with the my little tip thing and everything else out there. Yeah. I can't do that anymore though, because did you see that accident I got into a while back? They totaled my truck, so I ended up picking myself out the Suburban.
Damn.
Oh wow.
That was a stupid situation. That pissed me off right there.
I forgot about that.
That was garbage. That was so garbage.
Thank God you're alive though.
But they are they're at fault for it. I just got the letter today because
Cool.
the first police report that came back was so blurry you couldn't read anything.
Oh shit.
So yeah. I'm not at fault. Bastards.
Well, thank God.
But I knew
good.
I wasn't because it felt 100% like an insurance scam, the entire thing anyway. So
Are you gonna get a new pickup though?
no, I got a Suburban instead. But you know what?
Damn.
Because I was doing a bunch of shows by myself and leaving my gear in the back of the truck while I was making multiple runs in. I didn't feel comfortable. So Suburban gives me the safety of that. I can lock it up. Plus, if it's raining or weather, it's the same size truck basically, but with a top. And I could bring my whole band with me, load up all the gear we need, the PA system, drums, and everything, and be able to go on tour with it.
True.
You should get a van.
I considered it, but my best friend is a Chevy technician, and he's all, I hate working on vans, and he works on all my cars for free.
Yeah.
So I'm all, you know what, I don't want to lose my technician.
That's make it easy.
Hey, my dad's the reason why I don't get a van because he works on all of my cars.
Yeah, there you go. Why ruin your hookup?
No, you need it. It's crucial.
Yeah.
I would love to own a van, dude. Owning a van, touring in a van.
100%,
I'm just like, I've met people that were doing that, and they seemed like they were living the dream. I'm sure it's hard. It's hard as balls, but
tiring probably.
But
you know what? Depends on where you're going. I've had some where I'm playing on the side of the street doing whatever, and I walk away from the end of the night with $300+ in tips. And the other day I had $560 in tips from one of my shows.
Shit!
Wow.
And I played a.
Whoa!
I started early.
That's a job.
Basically, right? So I started like 15 minutes early. It was going to be a 2-hour show. I started 15 minutes early, never took my break. I was like, I'm just going to keep going. I went inside, announced myself to the room, and everybody started coming up while I was playing. And almost 2 hours in, I'm like, I got like 5 minutes left. I'm all, guys, I'm going to play 1, maybe 2 more songs, unless you guys want to tip. $100 each. Joking around.
Yeah.
And some guy walks up to me, he's all, I got is 90. I was like, man, I'm joking. He's all, it's cool, just take it. I was like, I can't play another hour. I got to get home.
I literally can't.
And he's all, just take it anyways. Oh, thank you. And then some other guy is all, $100 for 5 more. Oh, all right. Let me make a phone call.
Dang, that's hard to turn down.
And then, like at the end of that, I was in the middle of my last song, and he has another 100 in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to play another 5 more for 100? I was like, I really can't.
Literally
I gotta get home. So he shoves it in my shirt. He's all, keep it. It's cool.
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy.
I would have kept going
You played
all night. Hey, you want me to walk you home?
I want to make this a full-time gig too, 100%.
Those are some of the coolest fans ever. Damn.
So I got a generous tip one time as a DJ. I got $100, and so one time I was at this crab dinner feed, and I was playing some just Bruno Mars kind of stuff, and just playing music. Everyone's dancing, and then some dude comes up to me, drunk. He's like drunk as fuck, and he's just like, "Hey, play some AC/DC," and I'm just like, I can't. Like it's really hard to switch over from like a Bruno Mars song. Like I'm playing pop right now. I can't. Pulls out a $100 bill, and he goes, "I want you to play AC/DC right now." I switched over the track. So I quick stopped that shit, switched it over, and started playing Back in Black. I was like 100. Once he pulled out $100, hey,
your mind was
what
changed.
do you need, brother? Like,
yeah.
What did the audience do? Were they into it?
Well, I mean, they were like, it was like an awkward transition, but I was like, no, like,
yeah,
you could pay me off pretty well.
Okay.
There's another AC/DC song that I've heard used a lot with DJs too. Which one was it?
There's so many.
There's some great ones.
I have
but,
all of it
yeah.
like in my hard drive, but yeah.
I love AC/DC. I don't go clubbing and do all that kind of stuff anymore.
No.
You know what? I don't do clubs. I just do events like weddings and like barbecues. You know,
parties,
that kind of stuff.
Events.
I'm more of like a MC than a DJ.
There you go.
So
that's cool.
Like I do all the announcements for weddings. I always make, it's just announcements. Being, announcing like raffle. Oh, I love.
So fun.
I do, when they're like, yeah, we need somebody to call out the raffle tickets, and I'm like, oh, I'm your dude, and then it's just. I like pull the Ryan Seacrest on him, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3. hold on one sec. I just want to thank this company for sponsoring us, and like, I love doing that shit.
It's so much fun messing with crowds.
Oh yeah. But no, just like announcing for DJing. That's just like what I primarily do, and that's why I like fronting of bands.
I love being the front man because I love being able to do that and just chit chat and talk to people and take control of the situation. Basically, what you're doing right there is you're just holding their attention. They're wanting this, so you're almost gonna give it to them. You're teasing them with it, and then you change it real quick to this to get their attention, and you tell them about your sponsor, and then you come right back. So much fun to mess with people.
Oh yeah,
that's a front man job right there. Yeah.
I love doing tricks on the. I like to pretend to throw the guitar into the crowd too when I play.
I've never done that.
It's fun. I've had someone just go.
Most definitely. I played on Old Sacramento not that long ago, a couple months ago, and we were playing the cover Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks. Okay. And my bass player knows this. We're working with a new drummer, and there's a lot of dynamics in what I create and what I want to happen and where I want it to go.
Right.
And my bass player James knows if I am these moments I ask him to stop. This is not just a count to 4 when we come back in. You come in on me. And so we do the whole first verse and then and people walking by and everybody going, the thunder rolls. And I don't say anything. I just wait. And then I do it on my own time when I'm ready.
Yeah.
But instead, I see these people walking by. I'm like, hey, how you doing? You guys should stop. Blah, blah, have a beer, have a drink. Da, da, da. Just talk. How come they walk away? And the thunder rolls. Bam! Right back in. Yeah. It's so much fun getting creative and chit-chat with people.
I like doing just tricks like that. Man, I miss playing though. We haven't been playing at all. Band's been kind of dry. Actually very dry.
That's rough.
But yeah. I think, it's kind of a good thing though, because I feel like it's forcing people to rethink their structures and
absolutely.
And we've had so many conversations in Centersight, just like, how are we gonna really run ourselves? Like, we have a break. We're blessed with
everybody's forced to take a break at the moment.
So literally, it's almost like someone hit pause, and it's like, because you have half of opportunity taken away, what are you going to do with the remaining opportunity? And I really like how a lot of people have been using that opportunity. I've been trying to capitalize on that, just by throwing out YouTube videos. But a lot of people have been going live. TikTok musicians are going crazy right now. I
still haven't figured out. I think you're the one who first told me about TikTok, and I still haven't really been able to figure out how I want to use it, so I don't. I've got a couple things done.
Dude, all you gotta do is just play a beat, and then that's it, and then just plays. It'll give it to you, and your first video will always come out with more views than usual, just because they want to get you, so. I mean, just know that you could, but I try to put out. I've been putting out one a day lately, but
I should. Maybe that's what I'll do with TikTok. I'll just riff on my guitar for a moment and let that be my TikTok videos.
That's all you really need. You can also just take regular videos and just,
I was kind of doing that, and I just wasn't seeing anything happen. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. Whatever. I've got my hands on enough things.
Yeah.
I need to get my band to be doing a little more work. My bass player helps me with some of the, right now he's helping me look for a drummer. Mm-hmm. But I'd love to be able to find another drummer and have my bass player also be a part of uploading more content, because it's so important. It's so hard to find the time sometimes to do it.
You know what? And even on Instagram, there's just some musicians that post videos all the time. I think it's awesome.
Do you not have a job?
I feel like I know. I feel like though everybody's got to put themselves out there nowadays like that. That's what it calls for, and unfortunately, it's not my favorite mode of putting myself out there. But once you do it a lot, over and over and over again, and then you come to accept that these are the rules and this is what I have to play with, then it becomes easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's more on the forefront of your mind. For me now, I used to always think to myself, how am I going to put shit up on my Snapchat story? my Instagram story. And now it's like, that's all I think about is, oh shit, that's funny.
Click.
And just like,
grab it right there.
And
but see, you do it. I love that about yours, is watching your things are so all over the place.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I'm like, I have all these ideas, but I'm trying to brand myself for the brand, and I don't want to be doing a bunch of silly videos and everything either. So I'm trying to keep it separate in my mind. And
that's one thing that I had to like kind of question was like, okay, if I'm gonna put myself out there as like this, is it like, how much is it gonna take away from my music? Because I will no longer be the music man,
Absolutely.
So, and it's
right.
like some people, to them, like their music man is their identity, and to others it's like, I just kind of want to be a personality. And I feel like that's where I kind of like stepped off the musician path. And
what I've seen is it looks like I know you have that musicianship quality in you, but you're also doing this comedy thing, you're doing these acting things, and so I'm seeing all these different, so it totally is the personality in you, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I have that too, but I want to be known as a musician more than anything else.
Yeah.
And I'm focusing on the band more than anything. So that's a whole entity. It's not just me.
That's always got to be the focus, anyways. Even if you're doing that side stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're proud, like what are you going to be proud of?
I'm proud of shit of myself.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like I've felt way more fulfilled just doing more video stuff, even putting stuff on stories and TikToks, and like, with what me and Tristan do on the videos, and it's just, like I feel more proud. And then like we're recording a music video right now, and
I saw that down in Reno, huh?
Yeah. I was like further. And
I mean,
we were driving.
I'm pretty sure I know which exit you were on. Was there that Flyers gas station over there?
I have no clue. We just drove until we found a salt flat. We're like, all right, fuck it, let's go here. And so we had to drive off a lot, and then we finally got there. It was like a quarter-mile drive of just like
just nothing out there.
But it's fun.
That's so
it was
awesome.
windy. We got sunburnt, and we weren't even that hot. It wasn't hot at all.
It was just like, because we're used to California where it's just like smoggy and like the sun barely gets through the atmosphere here. We go to Nevada, it's like clear.
And then my friend from Reno, because she's been my person to tell me like how's the smog out there.
Oh yeah.
And after we left, and then she texted me the next day images of just how fucking shitty it looks out there.
You know what this is?
What is that? 801. There you go.
It's Metallica, Inner Sandman. It's my bedtime alarm.
That's perfect.
Hey, there you go. Damn. Well, you're staying up. This is late night. This is late night.
This is nice.
Have you ever seen Metallica live?
No, I would love to. I've worked so many concerts. I've worked building concerts since 2003. I've never done a Metallica because they're a union show usually.
Oh, really?
And I'm not union.
Okay.
So I've worked a lot of other shows, but Metallica is one I've always wanted. That's the first song I learned on guitar was Inner Sandman.
That one's pretty easy, man. It's just all the open strings, right?
No, that was from Unforgiven.
Unforgiven. Yeah, there we go.
That's a good song too, though.
No, I saw them live at Outside Lands, I think in 2013, and we went fucking front. And then, like, I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable just being up there. Someone kept reaching in my back pockets.
That's fun.
And
I keep everything in my front. So
apparently
that's
that's a thing at concerts, is that people just like, because when you're like this, you can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, get back here!
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, dude. But people were like reaching into people's pockets. There was this poor little girl. She wasn't little. She was like older than me. But like, I meant like vertically little.
Yeah.
And she was just like this, and it was just me behind her, and then like some tall dude in front of her.
I would offer to pick her up.
And everybody was just like, damn. And so, but like we were so close to the front that we managed to push everybody, pick her up, and then squeeze back onto her. So she was like 2 feet off the ground, but because we were so tight with each other that she was able to like float.
Cover.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's hella funny.
So she got to see some of the concert, but after a while I just like went to the back, and I'm glad I did though, because they did some cool laser shit and everything.
You get a better effect from the outside on that.
Yeah. Also, every time they kept using pyro, like we were like, I don't know, maybe like 7, 8 rows if you can count,
Sure.
if you can say rows.
Right.
And like every time the fire went off, it was just, it was so fucking hot. I was like, damn, it was like, it was San Francisco in like the fall time. And it's just every time the pyro goes off, you're like, oh my God, like my face feels like it's sunburned. Like it's just like the whole front of my face is hot as fuck. And then the back is like cold. And like, luckily I'm so tall that I'm able to like look over everybody, but
that doesn't help with the heat. That means you're outstanding.
Yeah. If you went like down low though, it smelled so bad. Oh my God, it was so horrible.
So much BO.
Oh
yeah.
my! I was cooking. Like, and I felt so bad because I was with my friend, and she was that short. I was like, "What does your view look like?" It smells like shit down here. And I was like, damn, that would kill it. And I'm like, I get nice. You got pollution down here, and I'm just everywhere. Like free air.
I had one time I worked. It was a Kiss concert, and I used to live in West Sac, and this is when they were at Rayleigh Field. I set up their show and everything, and I was coming back that evening. The show had started. I could hear their pyrotechnics from my house, and I was a ways away. And I was all, damn. And when I got there, they told us don't go over by where it's marked off with red caution tape. That's the pyrotechnics. I went back there, I was hanging out backstage, and when one of those went off, holy smokes, it was so loud, it scared the bejeebus out of me.
Yeah.
And then the following show, the next night, we ended up doing, who was it? Oh my God, they were so quiet.
Oh.
And chill band, and I was like, this is such a different thing. Incubus.
Oh, yeah.
It was such an entirely different environment. I was like, whoa.
Different vibe.
I could stand on the stage and still have a conversation without having to yell.
Yeah, probably.
Have I seen them? No.
Incubus?
I don't think I have.
I wouldn't see you as somebody that would see Incubus unless they were just somewhere.
I like Incubus.
Yeah, there were some cool songs.
Cool. I like them.
I don't know why I'm blanking on why I haven't seen them or not. It's because they keep getting brought up. I know my girlfriend's seen them multiple times. I haven't seen them.
Okay. Good conversation.
It's getting to me right now, dude. I'm feeling it.
You're really liking it.
I'm going to be hitting that Truly next. I'm almost
Go for it. What is that yours? Oh,
yeah.
Now all we got is beer left. Oof.
I'll take them.
Oof. The genuine draft Miller cold filtered beer.
Oh, they're Millers.
I like all the adjectives that are on beer and just like products. I
like how clean beer branding is usually.
Yeah.
Like it's so like stylized.
But see, like, why is there no nutritional facts on a beer, but there is on a Truly and a White Claw?
Go ahead, I'll let you read.
It's probably on the boxes.
No, I don't think it is.
It depends on what they come in.
I heard there's like some legal jargon that that doesn't force beer and wine to have to put nutritional facts on their.
Well, at least a government warning, so you got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Surgeon General's got to stamp his shit on there, but.
I think they have to put them like somewhere else. It's because they don't have a lot of the same stuff that a regular drink has. I think I'd have to look it up. I'm not an expert.
Obviously,
probably on the box. Probably on the box.
I think it's on the box because like if you get like a box of canned beer, it'll be on there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
But you can show so much more beer here.
Yeah.
Like that with such a small label.
I don't even. Did you ever drink like IPA, like dark?
IPA is usually the only thing I do drink.
Fuck.
I don't like. I'm not a beer drinker. I'm not a fan of drinking at all. I don't like getting drunk. I'll drink IPAs because I can have one and get a decent buzz.
Yeah.
And then if I want a second one, I'll get. 2 is usually plenty for me.
Yeah.
But even at that, I don't like to go on stage with 2 drinks.
Babysit.
That's a little too much for me.
Do you drink while you play though? Like often?
No, I typically I might go up with 1, but usually if I intend on drinking, I won't do it until afterwards.
Why? If you don't mind me asking.
Because I don't. I've played shows where I've had band members that have been smashed.
Yeah.
And we've had some pretty terrible shows. I almost got in a fight with one that was coked up.
Bro. I feel you.
I've gone on stage. I was playing in a blues band not that long ago. My buddy Derek Fresquez cutting the cord. I was his rhythm guitar player, and I remember having a cut one too many. And on stage, I was so unsure of myself as a musician. I'm like, I don't want to feel that way. I want to be confident. I rehearse. Last year, I would rehearse every day, 2 to 3 hours minimum every day, plus the time I would go play a gig and still come home and rehearse.
Yeah.
I rehearse constantly because I want to be on top of my game. And so when I would be drunk and not feeling confident, I would make errors or whatever, or say the wrong thing. I'm like, damn it.
Yes.
I wonder if that's because you're leaning too hard on the alcohol just doing the job for you, instead of just like being sober and like rehearsed and like you're all in control, and then instead of just having the alcohol just kind of like let
the
you
alcohol kind of muddies it up a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, maybe I'm too
start to second guess
loose,
yourself
maybe
a little bit. Like,
maybe I'm not playing this as clean as it sounds to me.
The reason why I asked is because I cannot perform. I cannot perform like while drunk or high or anything.
I think that's common.
It should be, but I know people who...
Oh, yeah, I know people
often.
Too, but...
I get a little twisty when I play it with Centersight. I'm just, like, grooving on the bass. I'm not singing.
That's different.
I'm just jumping
You're not the front man. You're kind of hanging back. You can...
Yeah.
I can correct
That's why I like being with them.
If I'm playing with my band and I make a mistake, I can immediately resolve it within a half a second on guitar. So as a bass player, I can easily catch a mistake and be right back on track. Frontman, a little different.
It's so difficult, yeah. And like I need to, like when I was in Caliscope, I was high all day. If my eyes were open, I was high, you know. Yeah. And but when it came to a show day, I had to not do anything. Like I could not do anything. Like I would wake up, I'd be in a cranky mood all day. Just I want to smoke, I want to drink something, or I want to do something, and then like be at the show and like I'd be like, all right, we're ready, and then after I play, after it's over, it's time to get fucking wasted. And so that's I treated myself like that, and I feel like that's sorry, Tristan has to shut me down.
He peaked a little bit there.
I'm sorry. I won't go that loud again. I promise.
Okay. I'll only turn you down a little bit. Proceeds to turn him all the way down.
I sometimes will, after I'm done playing or something, and if I'm hanging out at like Old Ironside or something, everybody's still playing, I'll have a couple. Why not?
Yeah.
I might hit the pipe a little bit.
Yeah.
So usually I just wait till I get home. I do it more as a thing to relax with at the end of the night.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
No, I just because I've done it the past or the couple of times that I have played like on something, or you don't hit your peak. No. Like I can right here. I'm doing it great, I'm just drinking,
But it's a loose thing.
Yeah.
At the same time.
But when music, I take that shit way too seriously. That's a job,
100%. That's what it should be, at least to me.
Yeah. And there's some people that don't treat it like a job, and it sucks because when you see them on stage and you feel it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and it doesn't I've seen punk artists pull it off, but sometimes it really doesn't pull off for a lot of genres. I think maybe genres.
There's a lot of people that doesn't pull off for when they're too drunk. It just kind of kills the whole thing. And some people don't recognize that it's happening to them. Yeah. They think they're doing better when they're like that, but no.
And drumming while drinking beer I think it's even harder.
That's probably the worst.
I don't know if I've ever done that, actually. Drums is my first instrument. I don't know if I've ever gotten drunk and played drums.
When I was practicing drums all the time, there was a couple days where I'd have something to drink, and then I just would go play as something to do. Mm-hmm. And I'd record stuff because I'd go back and see how my timing was. I was just like, those were the worst days. You're like, how the hell did I think I was on time for that long? It's terrible.
I just recently started smoking again.
Okay.
Weed. And, 2 years ago-ish. I guess when they legalized it, basically. What the hell? Okay. It's legal. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
That's again? Just recently started, 2 years ago.
It's recent in the scope of 40-something years.
Okay, there you go.
And so when I had a drum set for years, and I had kept it in my garage. I used it during rehearsals or whatever, but I had kind of put it away for a while. My friend had been letting me borrow it for quite some time, and she was taking it back to sell. It was a nice 69 Ludwig. It was a beautiful kit. Sounded great.
Mm-hmm.
And so I brought it out and I dialed it in and polished it up, and I got myself so stoned. I was at the house by myself and I played drums for like 3 hours. And I was like, man, that was magic. It was so much fun.
It felt like magic. It probably wasn't.
Good thing it was not recorded.
You ever play drums on shrooms?
I don't think so. It's been too long since I've done shrooms. I don't think so.
Hit a double check.
It's great. It's great. Not, I mean, that from what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting for more follow-up.
Yeah,
I was like,
of course.
tell me more.
Time for
Explain.
Oh, damn. That was really good. That sounded like multiple, like a
It's drum fill.
like it was made in post or something.
We should just like take a. That should be what's the
A sample.
In the Air Tonight.
Oh, the drum fill. Oh my god. Can't unhear it ever again.
Now, I used to, back in the day, I used to do a lot of acid when I used to do show. I did more. Acid was my
Here we
primary.
go. This is it. We're in the juicy part.
I
We're a
never-
half hour in. We already lost all the formal.
Make sure you edit me rolling my eyes.
But I haven't done any of that stuff since like 1996 or 1997 or something like that. It's been a while.
I was like 5 years old.
That was, I used to do a whole lot of it. And actually, even up until when I started smoking again during when they re-legalized it, I used to smoke so much weed back in the day that it would enhance my highs would be visual, like acid.
Okay,
And even now to this day, if I smoke, I'll still see visuals from it. I think I did a lot. That was a fun one.
Yeah. You know, I really don't like smoking anymore.
Why do you do it still?
Dude, I always feel so lazy. I just I'm gonna get everything done. Nah. Fuck that shit.
It's really easy to procrastinate.
Dude, don't. Oh my god. I have a rule. I don't do it when the sun's up unless I got through truly a lot. Unless it's the weekend, you know. So
Here, you want to see one of the projects I've been doing while I've been stoned? I've been working on building a custom guitar.
Oh.
So that is the.
Don't you always build custom guitars?
I have a few. The last one I built was like 10 years ago, so it's been a while.
Okay.
That's a guitar pick shape. The inside black is my logo for my band, Janai.
Okay.
At Janai Band, please follow.
All right.
And
See if that's even
Can you
visual.
screen cap that and send it to
there
me?
you go.
Because I'm gonna throw it up.
then here is a temporary. I didn't get the picture yet of what it looks like, but those are all guitar picks from a 20 years of playing. I went through a bunch of my collections where I would only play with white picks, drawing them, and recently I started clear coating and protecting, but I always break picks. I have a bottle of guitar picks I just went through to find the ones I want to use from this. From back in early 2000, I had 915 picks broken in that bottle. And so I just set that in resin, and I got my guitar neck on order. I got to still buy all the hardware and stuff like that, but I'm so stoked.
That's awesome. It looks good.
So I get stoned. I like to work on projects.
You should make a guitar out of ramen. Do
That
that shit that they do, you know?
with the run for the
top ramen.
Yeah.
Just
Fry it.
crinkle it and then put the solution on there and then boom.
be fun.
It would work. So for my guitar picks, I found the perfect guitar picks. They come in a limitless supply. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. I feel like, credit cards are so good as guitar picks. I have like a little punchy.
Punch.
Yeah, and just popping those out, and so
When those first came out, someone gave me one for Christmas. I'm like, so cool, awesome, thank you. And then literally the next present I opened was another one from someone else. Oh, awesome, thank you.
you lose it, there's another one.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't even know where they are. I think I still have 2. I need them out.
That's why you need 2 of them.
Yeah.
Because you can lose them.
I buy fenders, and then I use a little acetone nail polish remover, and I remove the fender of it, and then I do one side with whatever, and then I do the other side. I sign it, or I stamp my band name on one side with a custom stamp, and then on the other.
That's pretty cool. Don't tell Fender.
Don't tell
Right.
Fender.
I want to get Fender to make me my own with the fender across the top, so it doesn't affect it. And I can leave it in there.
That
You
would be
can
cool.
get custom picks. Like there's a website.
Yeah, if you
I need
pay
to.
up the butt for it.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, if you buy like 1 billion of them, then they're like worth
It depends on
1
how
penny for 100 of them.
I'd be good with that, because right now I pay about 30 cents each. But usually I tell people they're free. Drop $1 in there, you can take a pick.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. No, I like using guitars or
credit cards.
as guitar picks, and then yeah. Have you ever done the capo with the pencil and the rubber band?
No, but I've seen it.
Okay.
I don't use a capo a ton, so if I forget a capo, I could play the song without it typically,
Okay.
and just retranscribe it in my brain.
I've had to do it once. Unfortunately, that was at a gig.
It's usually when it happens.
It was like MacGyver mode, and you just and then like I played it and I was like, it works. Doesn't sound the best, but it's better than just all of a sudden singing it 3 octaves lower. So
I know. Such a huge difference.
I mean, the audience might not even notice, so.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No. Unless it's a cover song everybody knows, then everybody would be like, this feels really weird.
Well, you can get away with it on an electric guitar. Much easier than you could with an acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitars is always...
You hear everything?
They're just so fucking... Dude. They're just so fucking... I don't know how you play on the acoustic guitar. I honestly don't, because the way... How fast you play...
Aggressive.
See... That doesn't make no sense to me. Because, like... I'm aggressive too, but I don't know, maybe you practice more than me. But like, it's just so, you play like it's an electric, but it's on an acoustic steel string.
But when I play with my electric and I have my band, I pull back a lot of what I do on my acoustic. I reserve that for more of my rhythm end. If I don't have a band backing me, I'm playing more cordage on top of the other things I'm doing so that I can keep a fuller sound. When I have my band there, I'll drop off of a lot of that and play it more like an electric even.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends. My approach changes entirely depending on if I even just have my bass player with me, my approach will change on the song. I'll play it a little different. If I have my drummer with me and my bass player, then I change it even more.
Damn. All I have is go mode. That's it.
Right.
It's just, I play or no play.
Right.
That's the extent of my volume. And like, you know what? The one thing that I have like that I've had to work on a lot is just, how hard you hit those strings. Because like I used to just
hammer it.
Fucking just hammer that shit. And then like, I've had people tell me that, hey, cool it, bro.
Breaking strings too much.
It does. Also, like strumming like perpendicular to all the strings rather than strumming like out. That helps out a lot with intonation.
There's so much. The closer you are to the bridge versus the neck, you get different sounds. I do hybrid picking, so you're picking with your pick and your fingers at the same time.
See, I wanted to practice that. That's so...
So I'm almost entirely self-taught, and the way that one came about, I had played for years on a nylon string, finger picked for years. The guy who originally gave me the lesson on Inner Sandman, my first song I learned, I went back to him and he taught me to using a pick, so I started using a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I would have my guitar with me, I had always had my guitar with me. If I was playing on the side of the street, I would skip school all the time. Go into downtown K Street Mall and hang out there. Or I'd hang out at some random light rail station and I'd play my guitar. If anyone asked me, can I play your guitar? I always said yes. And whenever I let them borrow my guitar, I'd watch what they did. I never had money, so I couldn't take lessons. I didn't have anyone necessarily better than me in my circle that I could learn from. So I was trying to figure it out on my own. And so I would give my guitar to a random stranger. They'd play something. I'd go. They just showed me a D chord or something. Now I know a D chord. When they'd leave, I'd sit there and write a song with that D chord. I was under the Tower Bridge on the West Sacramento side. Went down with some friends to go smoke a joint. And we were under the bridge, and I was playing my guitar, and some vagrant asked me, "Can I play your guitar?" And he played Stairway to Heaven using hybrid picking with the pick in his fingers. And from that moment on, I've done hybrid picking.
Very cool.
Well, that's where I learned it, and ever since then I've used it.
And
That's
so
really cool.
You're just religiously hybrid picking.
Not religiously, but I use it a lot, especially when I'm doing soloing and stuff. Because I'll be playing over on the the middle 2 strings on 3 and 4, but if I want that high note, I could be over here and then use my ring finger to pop something over there.
Yeah.
And so you can get around a lot easier as if you have your fingers, because you have more whatever.
More fingers.
You have more tools, basically.
By the way, if you're still with us, hybrid picking is playing with the pick and your other 3 fingers at the same time. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
if you didn't get it.
It's such a useful tool for a lot of guitar players, and I try and encourage people to practice with the pick. They're like, I don't like picks.
Wait,
isn't that practice?
Isn't that also Travis picking? That's what.
I don't know if I've heard that term.
Oh, you haven't heard that term. Okay, I think that's what's Travis picking too, which is because the person that first did it was some person named something Travis. It was a girl, actually. I think it was. I don't know. Don't
look at me, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I am not an authority.
Not an authority.
You can take that to the bank.
Do you have like a regimen that you like for a practice schedule for being on guitar or?
Lately, I haven't done a whole lot of practicing as much as I'd like to. Last year, I was ridiculous about it. And I would spend 2 to 3 hours a day practicing. And there'd be days where I spend entirely rehearsing songs I already know. The next day, I would spend, and I would play it. If I felt comfortable with it, I'd move on to the next song, and I'd just do a bunch of different songs. And then the next day, I might play songs that are 10 years old, 15 years old that I haven't brought back in the set yet, and I'd spend the entire practice trying to bring in songs. And then I'd spend an entire practice with a metronome and just playing arpeggio things or whatever. And then I'd play and spend an entire practice with a loop pedal and set down a loop and then noodle to it, and then change the loop, noodle, change the loop, noodle. And so every day, every time I practice, I'm kind of doing a different tactic so that I can broaden everything I do. If I just spend my entire time rehearsing songs, I won't become better as a guitar player.
Probably makes your ear more dynamic too. Like
probably
just like you're doing something different every single time. So it just seems like.
Judging by the terms that you used in that description, I can tell that you are self-taught.
I am self-taught.
Arpeggio things. So here's an arpeggio thing. Write that in on YouTube. How to do arpeggio things. I bet you could get that self-taught audience on YouTube if you put yourself out there like that.
I wouldn't doubt it. I was actually just thinking that. I was all because my neighbor is Kelly Jean, and her neighbor Sarah, her roommate is Sarah Greenwich, whatever. I can't remember her last name. But
who's Kelly Jean?
Kelly Jean sings. She's a local musician.
Okay.
She hangs out a lot with Bandit Coyotes and stuff. I'm sure you do.
I think I do.
But like they'll come over and like hang out at my house and they'll ask
I'm sorry if you know me, Kelly Jean. I'm so sorry.
But they'll like ask me my opinion on something, and I'm like, I'm 100%. I'm like, this is the way I do it. This is the way I used to do it. This is the way they teach you how to do it. I was all, this is why I do it this way because of this. I'm self-taught, so this right here makes more sense to me than this way. And so I considered just starting up my own little YouTube thing of chit-chatting with people and be like, I'm self-taught, so like let me give you some of my advice. You're self-taught, I'm self-taught. This is what I've learned over almost 30 years of playing guitar. Let me help you out.
Because like everyone on YouTube is like,
gotta flat the third, and then you have to do this, and now it's
I can do all that. I can tell you all about that too.
Oh, okay. But I just like, I want someone to just say, you know what, 3, 5, 7, 4. There you go, dude. Just practice. That's what. Quit watching YouTube videos and just fucking practice.
Well, that's why they're watching them. But a lot of the time, I think the self-taught like people, they're teaching themselves. They want people that are self-taught to teach them, because they're the people that are like on YouTube that are like well trained. They're using terms and stuff that you don't know, and maybe you're like training and you're learning a different technique, and they're just like starting you from a formal place, and you're just like so far behind.
And I can relate with a lot, because someone will tell me this is what I used to do. I'm like, I used to do the exact same thing. I made a bad habit out of it. Let me show you the right way to do it, because that will be a bad habit and you'll regret that habit. If you break it now, it'll save you so much headache. Because now instead you could do this with this.
Even those kinds of videos get a big like appeal, because you're like, don't do this. Like, you are creating a bad habit. Because people will be like, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
Don't do this.
Okay, what is it?
Like,
right.
Those always get my attention.
Have like a broken string or something. Like, don't do this.
I break strings a lot.
Oh.
You click on the video too, and it's like, have you ever used your index finger? Well, don't. And then you're like, fuck!
That's a bad habit.
Oh, what was I doing this whole time?
And it's not like they're super dramatic about it too, because they're like, that's the worst thing you could be doing. Like,
yeah, I know. They make it sound so bad. Like, well, it's not.
You can recover, but like you have to completely start over. What you were learning, do the opposite of that.
Totally.
I find it impressive when people can do both left-handed and right-handed playing. That shit.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain would do that. He would play just like a show and just be like, surprise me. What are we doing?
Whatever guitar you want.
What are we doing?
That guy was just crazy
That's
talented.
insane.
My drummer that I started Janai with is one of my favorite drummers I used to have 20 years ago, and I love him to death. Juan Ruiz. He's an amazing drummer, but he always had an issue with being way too loud all the damn time.
That's me.
And
that's my problem.
So what he would do, he would set up his entire kit left-handed, and he would play the songs left-handed, but because he played them left-handed, unfamiliar, it would bring his volume down. And so whenever we play a show that had like people eating and they want us to play super quiet, he'd set up backwards.
Switch it up.
That's clever.
And it totally worked until he got really good at it.
Yeah.
But now he's good.
Build his confidence back up.
Damn, I don't think I could ever switch my drum set like that.
Dude, I've had 4 left-handed drummers. I can't play left-handed drums. I can play drums.
So I'm left-handed and I do everything right-handed. Guitar, drums, bass, whatever. Like, I do everything.
I have one of my left-handed drummers down, Salinas, Shane and Marquise. She would play left-handed drums and play right-handed guitar, right-handed bass, and everything else.
Interesting.
So I'm like,
I think it's interesting that like left-handed artists in like a right-handed world, they have a different skill set, because you have more dexterity in your left hand as a guitarist than most right-handed people do. And the right hand is a strumming hand for right-handed people.
Which is always kind of seems weird and backwards.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can't tremolo pick as well as
there's downsides.
I mean, like, I don't practice tremolo picking all the time, but I mean, like, I'm not that good at it.
But your chord hand is strong.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there you go.
Like, I could do weird spider ass
Yeah, there
shit.
you go.
I don't. I've gotten lazy over the years.
Oof.
And so I don't have, and my hands aren't huge for most guitar players. So they are, I cheat a lot with my chords.
Of course.
But I'm very much influenced by Steve Ray Vaughan. The way he would play is he would play all the strings, but he'd only pick what he wanted.
Exactly.
So that's very much how I play.
And
I'll
that
play
makes
a full
it sound
chord, but
better.
Parts of it.
It sounds so much better
yeah.
that way. I have no clue why.
Well, because you're creating a rhythm at the same time, because you're playing 3 notes.
Yeah.
That was my chair.
I was like, what happened?
It starts making a lot of noise.
I would play 3 notes, and 3 notes would be muted, so you get a chunk at the same time. So it becomes if you're playing it in a rhythmic
percussion.
You can
That's
pull
cool.
out the notes
Yeah.
you want and play the rhythm part of it at the same time. So that's why it adds like an extra beefiness to it.
Do you ever like tap?
Not very often.
No.
I got a little bit of tapping that I'll do. One of my songs I end with a little thing, but not too often. I'd love to practice it more.
I want to like really get into like tapping and do you ever see like people like lay their like guitar on their lap.
Oh yeah. Some crazy stuff people can do.
I did write a couple of songs with a lap guitar. That's what that.
The Ibanez over there?
No, it's the nylon.
Oh yeah,
The nylon right there. So that's why I actually have. So there's an incense stick.
I see that. I was gonna ask about that.
Okay, so the reason why is because there's a song that I play with a pick, and the way I do everything, I strike it down, and like it makes a snare sound. Well, that would fuck up the guitar, so I put an incense stick right there, and so now every time I strike that, that's like my snare sound.
That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
that's your percussion part of it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's other stuff that I do. I put like the capo on like a few of the strings, not all the strings. So like the bottom four.
Sure.
So if you have a C, G, C, G, G, C, C, I don't know.
It's one too many.
Yeah. But like if you have it in that tuning, then you can ring it out, and it's like notes.
Totally.
Like the whole chord is just one finger down.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, yeah.
I like to play with open tuning on occasions and play slide guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
So then you have that whole thing that's all a note, so you hit your harmonics and you can.
Slide guitar is one thing that I've never really like practiced or anything like that.
I love it. It's a difficult style, and people who do it well, I'm like, that's awesome.
It's crazy well.
I know the basic techniques, and I've got a few songs that I play with it, but I don't do enough. I want to do more.
Yeah.
So much.
I think it's up your alley.
It is, and I could do it if I focus it. I could do it either with an open tuning or I could do it with a standard tuning because I'm familiar enough with my fretboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a few songs and they're pretty damn fun with the slide.
Yeah.
So
Have you been writing more stuff too while in?
I haven't written a damn thing.
Damn. Oh, okay.
I love writing, but I intentionally decided just before quarantine happened, I was like, I'm gonna stop writing for a while. I'm gonna work on covers. Work on covers for the band, get them going, and then during quarantine I was doing so many shows that got requested. I just kept on learning some more covers.
God, yeah.
And I've got so many other things going on and so many different ideas and projects, and I never find myself with a whole lot of time to really dedicate to an hour, an evening, a 3-hour evening of writing. So I end up just rehearsing a ton and doing that instead because I don't have the time to actually write right now. Plus, I've got so much music. I've got 3.5 hours of original music I love.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can come back to writing. I still have.
You gotta record some of that shit before you forget it, because I feel like I feel like the time to record some of the songs that I know
100%.
has already passed. So if I go back to it, it's not gonna be the same.
I've lost a few songs over the years that I hate that I've lost. I have the words for them, and I'm gonna have to rewrite them because they're not gonna be what they used to be because I don't have a recording of them or anything, and they were some of my favorite songs. So. But I got an opportunity for some free recording on the 23rd.
There you go.
Just got to pay for the mixing mastering, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to do 2-3 songs there. We've already got a couple on SoundCloud at Janai Band if you're still listening.
There you go.
Hey,
it's right there on the sign.
Woo, woo, woo.
So we got a couple on SoundCloud. Once we get a couple more recorded, then I'm planning on hitting the circuit, doing like radio and TV and stuff like that. Yeah. So I have a whole plan I want to put in place, but I got to get to the recording studio first.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And then you have any shows?
Let's see what I'm sure we do. We have what do I have coming up?
I just want to update you real quick on the earlier conversation. Travis picking is not hybrid picking. Travis picking is when you use your thumb and
a thumb and first finger.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
right.
What it is. I've heard that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's see, I've got the Willie's. We're going to be playing at Willie's Burgers in Auburn.
Willie's Burgers! Willie's Burgers!
It says 7 to 8, but more than likely it'll be a 7 to 9 kind of thing next Saturday on the 10th. Okay. Then we're at Koshi Ramen on the 16th. Oh. Brickyard in El Dorado Hills on the 17th. At the moment, that's all I've got in here because I haven't been reaching out a whole lot to places. I've been we're trying to rebuild the band, so that's more where the focus has been.
You get the inside scoop on where they're going to be at.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Daryl.
It has been a pleasure, Chris.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Thank you, Tristan.
Fun meeting you.
For sure. All right. Well, where can we find you before we leave?
At Janai Band is right here. on the camera, if you guys could see that.
Yeah.
Gheni.
Right here. This is your camera right here.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing it. I don't know if the camera can hit. I'm looking at the mirror. And I'm pointing at it.
okay.
I know what to
So
say.
at Gheni Band right there. And you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, TikTok, Twitch, Venmo, PayPal. I'm sure there will be more, but at the moment, that's it.
Twitter, question mark?
No,
Okay.
I've never been a tweeter.
I feel it.
I don't have anything important to say. I'm
Okay.
just talking about music whenever I have a show or some shit.
I feel it.
YouTube, lots of videos, lots of content. Facebook, you'll find most of our events. So if you want to come check out, see where we will be. Sometimes it'll be me. Sometimes it'll be me in a. I should be talking into a microphone. I never have a microphone.
Nah, it's fine.
It'll be me by myself. It might be me and my bass player, or a drummer, or it could be a one-man band percussion thing, or it could be the full band. There's lots of variation to what we do, and sometimes I bring out the acoustic, sometimes electric. So it's a different show all the time and always fun.
It's a variety show.
It's a variety show.
Perfect.
Who knows what you'll get?
Well, thank you so much, Daryl.
Yeah, it was
Cheers.
awesome.
Cheers. That was a
And,
pleasure.
Thank you. Links down below in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Woo! That was fun.
Perfect.
That was sweaty.
I like that episode.
Yeah, it was good.
That was the shit.
I could talk a lot.
Yeah, perfect.